Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Racha, Wadash, Mama. Double honor to the elder apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth around the four corners of this earth. And also Salakia, salutations and double honors to my elder of this camp as well. And again, salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the call Karal Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today, just coming out with a little impromptu, a little quick hit. Without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. This is Sirach chapter 12, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." So we're not supposed to trust our enemy. And right now, our enemy, the Edomites, Esau, they got Jake blinded with this, this this stimulus check. You know what I'm saying? They thinking, Biden done gave them something. So they're like, oh yeah, we cool, and the fact of the matter is, you're not supposed to trust your enemy. Because just like he handed you that, just like Esau handed you that 1400 with one hand, with the other hand behind his back, he got a dagger and he's waiting to stab you, he's waiting to cut you, he's waiting to harm you. So we're supposed to never trust our enemy. Because just like when iron rusted, so is the wickedness of our enemy. Because iron will rust over time. It cannot prevent itself from rusting. And the same thing is with Esau. He gonna show his colors. He gonna show his horns. He gonna show you how wicked he really is. Verse 11. "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away." So just like he come humbling himself, just like this stimmy, or like they say, the stimulus package, the little chump change that the government throw out to the people. Though he humble himself, though he may seem like he all humble and docile and on your side, beware. Be vigilant, be circumspect, always paying attention to him, watch him, and take good heed. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that unto him, it'll be just like if you was looking through a looking glass and you wiped it, and when you look through it again, it's still rusted, it's still dirty, it's still got all manner of filth on it. That's the same thing with Esau. Verse 12. "Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith." So you don't set your enemy by you. You don't let your enemy. You don't put him in a position that he can harm you or potentially harm you, or come against you in any way, form, or fashion. Because if that's the case, and you do that after he has overthrown you and stand up, or he'll seek to overthrow you, Salakia, and seek to take your place, to take your spot. And that's what Esau is doing right now. He's seeking to take Jake's spot for the blessing. But yet it's still what our people do, what Jake do, all fraternizing with the enemy, laying up with him. You lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. That's the old school saying. That's how that goes. So you lay down with the enemy, you might get up dead. Even though when you're dead, you ain't gonna get up. But you understand what I'm saying. And again, it says, don't let him sit at your right hand. Don't let him sit in a position of authority and of power next to you or over you, because he's gonna seek to take your spot. He's gonna try to knock you off your what you say, knock you off your block, or knock you off your square. And when you think about it, you're gonna remember the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. If you do this, you set your enemy body and you let him do this, you're gonna remember the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and you're gonna be pricked with the words. But you're like, God, dog it! I should have paid attention. I should have listened. I should not. And it's just, so I shouldn't have did this. I should have did that. And down the road, and you're gonna be probably either sad or angry. But again, don't trust your enemy. I'm gonna jump down to verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So an enemy gonna speak sweetly with his lips. They're gonna talk. As a matter of fact, real quick. And this is Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words are softer than oil, yet they are drawn swords. So again, that's how Esau rolls. He give you the stimulus package. He give you the money in one hand, while behind his back, he got a knife or a dagger to stab you, to harm you. You know, Esau says one thing and does another. His words sound good. They sound like they mean something. They sound like you're gonna benefit. But the fact of the matter is, his words are just smooth. They easy to hear. They easy to take in. You know what I'm saying? But war is in his heart. War is in his mind. You know what I'm saying? His words are softer than oil, but they are drawn swords. See, Esau does that double speak, that double talk thing, where he say you hear him saying one thing, but it really means something else. And again, an enemy will speak sweetly with his lips. You know what I'm saying? But in his heart, he imagineth, back at Sirach, he imagineth how to throw you in the pit. He's imagining how he could take you down, how he could cause you some kind of problem or some kind of mishap somewhere. That's what enemies do, and you never ever trust your enemies. But again, it says, back at Sirach chapter 12, verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, so he'll set up something. The enemy will set up something and cause you to become hemmed up, jacked up, jammed up. And should you get hurt and or, Yahweh forbid, die, he'll weep and act like, oh, I can't believe that happened. But if he find opportunity, he's not going to be satisfied with blood. So let's say your enemy does do something like that to you. They're not going to be satisfied. They're going to seek to do something else. They probably might seek to go at a family member or somebody that's close to you. So you don't trust your enemy. Just because he gave you this money, this funny money, this monopoly money, just because he gave it to you, does not give you a right to trust him. You should never, ever, ever trust your enemy. And with that, Shalom.